Hello, hi, hi there. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Once Upon a Game, episode 3 of the second season, where we still play story games and blow stuff up. Um, Definitely, I think we've quadrupled our explosions since season 1, uh, and we've doubled story, if
Hmm.
you can quantify that. But mostly it's been the explosions. So, anyways, how are my two guests doing today? Golden H and Kelsa. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing pretty good. I'll just show the audience my internet right now.
Yeah.
There is none. So I'm doing this via my cell phone. I'm slowly losing battery life. I'm not sure what happens when I reach 0%. In theory, it should keep working.
I mean, you're coming in fine for being in a cave in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Parts that you made out of leftover Jeeps.
Yeah.
And
So
the ironic thing is that I'm supposed to have upgraded internet. I paid me
Mm-mm.
an extra $30 a month now so I could upload my bandwidth twice as fast, but instead I have nothing.
I
So,
appreciate your ingenuity and your commitment to the cause. You
yeah.
know, that's the story gaming cause. Thank you so much, Kelsa.
GG got the microscope.
Yeah, Kelsa. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Um, I'm, I have a beer. It means I'm ready to go.
Mm. Yes, drinking things, whether they are alcoholic or not, are integral to the story gaming process.
I
And
also have a huge thing of water if anyone
yeah,
was concerned.
yeah, awesome, cool. So, for those who don't know, this is Once Upon a Game, where we tell stories, and that's kind of it. um, we like to play games here that require one thing in particular, and that is your enthusiasm and your creativity. Oh, so you basically your brain. One thing is your brain. Uh, with just your brain and just a little bit of rules, we will basically come up with amazing, wacky stories, and then just like a Buddhist San Mandela, it will be wiped away forever. Except I guess there's an echo in the VOD. I don't know. This analogy is not going the way I expected it to. So, anyways, I'm your host. I'm EricVulgaris, and tonight we're playing a game called Microscope Echo. And Microscope Echo is a game that's just like regular old Microscope, only there's legit factions going back in time to try to correct the course to benefit from it. And obviously, if there's one group going back in time to fix something in their favor, you can bet your bottom dollar there's another group going back in time to make sure that they get their stuff in their favor. And that is like kind of the core of the game here. With that being said, before we get into the nitty gritty rules and begin playing Microscope, there's one sort of meta rule that goes above all of them, and that is the X card. If we're ever uncomfortable, any of us, or uncomfortable with whatever somebody presented into the game, whenever it's an idea, it could be something very, very like, obvious, grotesque sexual assault. Yeah, X that out. It could be something like talking dolphins. I don't care. What's the major point is that we trust you when you say that you want to X something out, and it's for a good reason. Therefore, you don't have to justify it. We respect you. We do not want you to be uncomfortable because the worst games in the world happen from when you're trying to play a game when you're uncomfortable and you're like, man, I should have said something. Well, you can. And also, just because you were on board with it at the start doesn't mean that 30 minutes later you're like, I'm really not feeling that. Well, I consented. No, you can always X card at any point. So, but that rule is only as good as we're willing to buy into it. So, do I have your guys buy in on that?
Yes.
Awesome.
Good rule.
Yeah. Cool. 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 Thank you. Thank you all so much. So, let's get into some microscope, shall we?
Yes.
All right. So, Microscope Explorer, particularly this Echo version, it has a little bit of like things to say in the front of it, Golden, are you able to bring up the PDF? Were you able to successfully do that
I can try.
in a cave? Oh, don't worry about it.
When I did, everyone turned into robots, so I stopped trying.
Okay, can you see Skype chat? Yay, nay?
I'll try. Yes,
It's a
I see a dog.
mystery.
Okay. So there's a sort of paragraph.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So there's a paragraph, or several paragraphs at the start of Echo that I want to rotate reading between us, because while I'm a facilitator, I'll be facilitating this game, I am not a GM of this game. This game does not have a GM. We are all equal players. It's just that I'm the person who knows the rules, and if there's a rule question or something, I can kind of guide. I'm willing to be that kind of person for that. So I will start the first paragraph, which is just one sentence. Is this future is not what we wanted, but we have the power to change it. Kelsa?
We can go back and alter the course of history with our own hands. Even the smallest nudge at the right time and place can echo forward and change the entire course of history. A chance encounter interrupted, a tiny malfunction averted, an untimely death caused or prevented. These can have monumental impact on the years that follow.
We lost Golden.
No, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah!
Just don't see your webcam, but if you can read.
I don't know.
It came back for me.
You don't? Oh, man.
I see it.
I heard monumental impact. Where are you?
There you
guys
are.
at?
Okay. Yeah. So we're at the just finished the monumental impact in the years that follow.
I see.
So read.
Right.
Start from can we predict?
Can we predict all the consequences of our actions? We may tell ourselves yes, but the truth is no. It is impossible to foresee all the tangled repercussions of what we do. The echoes of all our actions, but we must try if we are to forge the future we want.
And we are not alone.
I am lagging for you guys.
It's okay. And we are not alone. Others want a different future than we do. They will twist the past to their own ends if we will let them.
In this version of Microscope, we'll create a history together and then explore how competing factions try to change the past to make it turn out the way they want, whether that's preventing an apocalyptic war, saving a species from extinction, or planting the seeds of a more enlightened society.
But every change has unexpected consequences. After a player describes how a faction tampers with history, another player describes how that change echoes forward and causes something else to turn out differently. And enemy agents may go back and try to counter the changes the other faction made, causing even more echoes.
We may change history a lot, but if we change it too much, the past might become so different that it no longer leads to the original future at all. If we push too hard, our past could spin off into limbo, destroying the future and both factions with it.
Dun dun dun.
So that is the opening phrase and sort of like the narration text of Microscope Echo. In order to start the game, first we're going to need to decide on what the people in the future want to actually change. So I know this seems kind of weird before we even get into like what our history is in our world or anything like that. We start with a faction's goal of going back in time. Possible goals that are listed in the book are things such as a war devastated the globe. We're going back to prevent it. A dying species destabilized the ecosystem. We need to save them from extinction. Or humanity joined the galactic community, but we're overshadowed by mighty alien civilizations. We need to go back in time to make sure humanity is a major stellar power. It could be anything. Last Sunday, I played a game about two rival kung fu schools. I think it was the Shadowed Shadowed Fist and the Ebony Hand, or the Black Fist and the Ebony Hand, going going back in time to get the upper hand on each other.
Nice.
So it can be kind of anything that we want, as long as it's something that's cool that we want to do. So, does anybody have any kind of cool ideas for what we may want to do today?
Hmm. Yeah, I have an idea for a setting. I'm trying to figure out what they would want to change about it. How about like if we want to change like the phenotype of humanity, like if there's some gene that they want to be more prevalent in the future?
So we're like time traveling eugenicists.
Yeah.
That sounds a little too Nazi-ish for me, man. I don't know if I want to go down that route.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on I don't know. What's the reason for doing it? Is it philosophical? Is it environmental? Like, is there like a
Maybe
environmental need for it? Like,
maybe
do we have to develop gills to live underwater? Like something like that would be kind of cool. But I'm not sure if I want to do something like we have to kill everyone who's not, blonde hair, blue eyed, or like we have to give everybody this certain thing, right? Like, I don't know if I want to do.
I saw it more along the lines of like, or when he described that to me, it was more along the lines of like maybe there was some fatal mutation that occurred and was like latent in the
Ooh.
population, and hundreds of years later, now it's
It's too late.
completely suffused the population, and it's so like everyone is gonna die because of it unless you go back and stop it from beginning to
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's like a time bomb gene.
yeah.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I'm
What I
feeling
was
that
thinking
now.
of was that
Okay.
in the future, mankind had changed their genetic code so much, and then they didn't have a backup. So they just had to keep changing
Mm.
it until they went extinct.
So this
And that
faction's
was the
goal.
novel that inspired this idea. So it's not supposed to be racist, but like
Yeah.
something like the time bomb.
So
Maybe
No, I love
it's
that
the
idea.
gene necessary to develop psionics.
So
Maybe it's a gene that lets humanity interbreed with aliens in the future, and without the gene, there won't be any human alien
yeah,
hybrids. I
and
don't know.
there's no backup. Like we're in this situation where there's no backup, and so we have to save humanity's genes.
I don't know. It does beg the question: if they have a time machine, why don't they just go back and make a copy of the genes?
because they can't take that with them,
They
obviously.
can't.
Time travel is a one-way trip, maybe.
Yeah, done, boom.
The goal. So the goal would be to preserve, right? Preserve a copy of true human DNA. Is that how we want to phrase it, or do you have a better way?
Sure.
Do you have a more marketable way?
Like
The goal, save the last human.
they have to make sure that a certain gene survives to the modern day.
Yeah. So we have to name the gene. We can't say a certain gene. We have to give it a cool name.
You have to give it a name. Okay, how about
like the tau the tau splice, or like something, the omicron or
let's use
omicron.
epsilon. No one uses epsilon.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The epsilon factor.
Okay. Yes.
Oh yeah. Preserve it, the epsilon factor in human DNA. Awesome. So what is the opposition's goal? The Genesis gene. Damn, that's pretty good too.
Okay, so what if this where did we put it? What about what if the epsilon factor is like what keeps us human and
Mm.
prevents us from having alien human
Evolving.
hybrids. Well, that's a whole different question. Um, but maybe the opposition wants to
Oh,
uh by eliminating the epsilon factor, it forces there to be uh human.
eliminate John Connor.
Like
Yeah. Um,
It forces there to be robots in the future
yeah.
that wish to
Eliminate the.
exterminate all mankind.
mhm.
Okay. So yeah, obviously their goal needs to be like eliminate or ensure that it doesn't make it into the future, right? Right, like that has to be their goal. But like now we're at the point where or we're almost to the point. I like Kelsa. I really like your idea of this group trying to. They need for their own survival. They need to eliminate the epsilon factor to make sure they're still there. Like so, whatever it is that the epsilon factor does, it prevents. It means doom to the opposition. Right, or the faction 2 is what I should really call it. But yeah.
Like yes, like eliminate like right now, like I'm guessing like current timeline, the epsilon factor is all but lost,
Okay.
and the opposition wants to completely eliminate it, whereas our goal is to preserve it.
Okay. I love it. So, we need to discuss.
I want to say not just preserve it, but like propagate it. Like we can't just have like one specimen in a jar. We need like the epsilon factor
Oh,
to
okay. Yeah.
be throughout
Propagate.
humanity. Yeah.
Totally love it. Okay, so propagate the epsilon factor in human DNA, and then the opposition goal would be to eliminate it. So now we need to come on to our power level of time travel. There are 3 kind of like power levels. We have the ordinary power level, where you just get sucked back in time, and your effects are just what you have, like what a normal person could do. We have extraordinary, which lets them be able to do sort of like Doctor Who kind of things, or like possibly magic or super technology that affects things in the environment. Or we can have omnipotent time travelers who can just kind of warp reality to make things how they wish.
Hmm.
So those are the 3 tamper levels: ordinary, extraordinary, and omnipotent. The game
Well, I already
recommends doing
decided not.
extraordinary if you don't know, but
I was gonna say extraordinary is kind of where I'd like to sit.
You guys seen the 2300?
No.
no. See, I was thinking ordinary would be
Yeah,
the one I want to do.
I'm down with ordinary. I'm down with. I'm. I'm easy. It's fine.
What are you thinking,
I
Golden?
think ordinary too.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the idea that
I like Doctor Who, but
yeah,
like that's pretty vague about what they're
yeah.
talking about. It feels like they're talking about like not only what you can do with time travel, but the tech level of the civilization sending people back.
Well,
It's like
basically,
Right.
time travel in Red Dwarf.
yeah. No, I like I like the idea of ordinary because it reminds me of the movie Timeline. If you've seen Timeline,
Mm-mm.
no, okay, I'll just leave that there. Um,
Okay, it's going on the
okay,
list.
okay, cool. So, now we come up with that. We have to define the names for our 2 factions. So, what's the name of the group that wants to propagate the epsilon factor, and then maybe we kind of describe them a little bit as well. Um, should they have a religious name? Sure. Like, what kind of organization wants to do this?
See, it's
Is it a government?
I feel like it's not quite religious, but it is like kind of fanatical. Like like my brain is going to like humans first or something that's a little bit. I mean, they're willing to go to time travel to do this thing. So like
Sons of Adam?
yeah, that's sort of deal.
Yeah.
Um
The Zenith Directorate.
The Zenith? Wouldn't that be Alien Directorate?
If you want.
But
How
that would.
about the how about the Terra Protectorate?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Immediately we're like, ooh, Terror Protectorate. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Cool. So we have the Terror Protectorate. We want to go back in time to make sure the epsilon factor in human DNA is propagated. And then what is our opposition goal?
I
That I
mean, what
like.
they're called?
Or excuse me. Yeah. The what are they called?
The meddlers. Let's keep it
It's
simple.
pretty on the nose. Yeah.
Time meddlers.
The meddlers. Well, I thought it's also because they need them. They need humanity to be able to splice with aliens, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Can I add I don't know if we can do details yet. Kind of. So, like, we describe the factions in the future. We know their goals. We describe the two factions a little bit more, and we who they are, and we give them names. We discuss what gives these factions the capability to send agents back in time. So we need to talk about that. How do they go back in time? Is it some sort of like technological kind of thing, like a massive contraption that can only send back like a handful of people?
I definitely think that this is a
Like
one-way
Terminator
trip.
style? Yeah, I think like Terminator style.
Hmm. Like
I
one
think they
person
put
gets sent
everybody
back.
in a time capsule and they shoot it into the future. And then when the world universe ends, it reappears somewhere else in the timeline.
Oh my gosh.
They shoot the.
Wow.
Oh, to do
That
time travel, they
is
have to go the other way to like circle
They have to
around.
go
it
all the way around.
long way around.
Yep.
Uh okay. I'm down with
Now,
that.
that could be pretty silly. It could be
That's
more realistic, I
pretty
guess.
silly.
I mean, we're talking about time travel.
We
Um,
gotta be super realistic about our time travel here,
yeah,
guys.
I do. Yeah, I no, I do like the. I don't know. I really like the sticking to the idea of it being like a technological kind of thing that they do.
Hmm.
That's not like magical or like psychic of any kind, but
Yeah, it's definitely like a machine or something
a
like that.
device of some kind that sends them back. But yeah, it's definitely one way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's probably fine. So, moving on then, what we need to do is discuss what our big picture is. We summarize what happened to get the outcome that the factions want to change. We don't include the factions or the future that you described earlier. The big picture is the history before their time.
Oh, I don't think we described the current future. I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Okay. Well, I thought we kind of touched on it. But yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's take a step back then and let's talk
I
about.
think we only just really kind of glazed over it and like,
Yeah. Well, I had a pretty solid idea of it.
well, let's
let's
talk
yeah
about your
let's talk.
solid idea
Yeah.
because I don't have a solid
Um,
idea.
I
I
picture
just had an idea.
I picture a sort of like Mass Effect kind of society area where we are dealing with alien races, trying to become more and more respected, I guess is the way, or like accepted by other astronavigating peers of ours, and we get to the point where we begin to splice our DNA and modify ourselves in order to basically adapt. How, what is the reason? What is the reason for modifying our DNA so aliens like us?
I don't think it's so aliens like us so much as it is to either terraform our like reform ourselves instead of terraforming a planet, or b to just better integrate with aliens, um,
Okay.
because uh, to boldly go meet new alien races and fuck them is humanity's motto.
That sounds about right. Okay. And so the Terra Protectorate.
They're
Um,
upset because they can't. The aliens, the parts don't fit. Now we have to
yeah.
make the parts fit. There you
So
go.
the Terra Protectorate is ensuring that this doesn't happen.
Yeah, basically, like my vision of the future, like our future, is that humans, as we see them, as we are ourselves, is either non-existent or incredibly rare, like to the point where it's not a stable breeding population.
Yeah,
And
humanity's gone. They've
and
yeah.
there are hundreds, thousands of splinter races of that have tampered with their own DNA either through um uh you know just
Genetic modification.
genetic modification or inbreeding with
Okay.
compatible aliens.
So just so it's clear, then the epsilon factor prevents humans from screwing and doing it with aliens, right? Is the idea?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, like the epsilon factor. Um, no, it prevents. It basically. Uh, I think better than that is that it causes humans' DNA to be dominant.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
if you fuck an alien and you have a baby, it looks human.
Okay, and that's been being bred out. It's a recessive
Yeah.
trait or something.
Hmm.
Okay. And the meddlers want to make sure that humanity gets kind of smoothed out of the picture.
They might not even be human. Maybe they
Yeah.
never were.
Mm.
They don't
Mm.
have to be. They could be aliens.
Ooh. I want to throw out an idea about the meddlers.
Hmm.
They're they are not, well, they are an alien, but more importantly, I totally want to go like 1950s style, and they're like brainworm parasites. They need us in a certain way to propagate.
Have you
Oh.
guys read The Peripheral?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't.
So in The Peripheral, like kind of spoilers, but like mankind is almost extinct, and so there's a few of mankind, and then there's a lot of human clones that are run by AI.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I was thinking maybe, like you guys said, like there's not a lot of humanity left because there's just like these enclaves of humans, and they're just controlling these androids that have like set biological parameters. And the idea is that if they can change the past, then maybe the peripherals won't be needed anymore, and it'll just be, you know, it'll transform these little colonies of one person into colonies of many people.
I'm not sure I'm following.
I don't think that that would be a
Okay, don't.
conflict with the original goal of eliminating, um,
Yeah.
propagating the epsilon factor gene, and the two goals have to be incompatible. And it sounds like that goal would be compatible. So it needs to be something where propagating that gene, like I like the like brainworms thing.
Cool.
Um, maybe the epsilon factor, unbeknownst to the Terra
Okay.
Protectorate,
Cool.
also kills brainworms.
Yeah, it stops them. It's like a immune thing. It prevents the brainworm infestation. Or I mean, it could just be an alien race that like needs it gone, to do mind control kind of stuff to us or something. Or it's like the what do you call it? The dudes from the extended universe that are no longer true anymore, the Yuuzhan Vong or whatever. And it's like they need to get rid of force powers in humans to because they can't use anything on the force or anything. I don't know. Okay, I'm talking way just rambling. Okay, um,
It's fine.
so so the Terra Protectorate, they're humans and they want to preserve humanity, and they need to do that by preserving the epsilon factor. And the meddlers are an alien species of some kind, or are they like a confederacy of things?
I think they're definitely a confederacy of things.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
I feel like
maybe even some human sympathizers. Yeah.
what?
Okay.
I
Well,
think there might also be like those humans who are so far removed from humanity that like we wouldn't think of them as human, but they think of themselves as human. Like I'm thinking like the the blue aliens from Swan Song kind of like
oh yeah,
You don't really.
Shindalians.
No, 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 the other ones
Oh. Oh,
from the ice
from
planet.
yeah, I was gonna say, is it from a cold planet? I don't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
man. Anyways, um, that's fine with me. So let's look at the big picture now. So the big picture. So this is far in the future. This thing is happening. So the big picture is what happened to get the outcome that the factions want to change. So this doesn't include the actual like factions critical moment of everything ending. I don't think, or it doesn't have to.
Hmm.
What is our big picture?
So I think this is like probably like when humanity is first exploring the stars.
That's what it sounds like to me too.
Hmm.
I kind of
Um,
want to do a game where like we focused on like one of those generational colony ships in
yeah.
some
Hmm.
way.
Okay. Um,
I mean, like this one colony ship, like either it's responsible for like populating hundreds of planets, or it's just really important planet.
yeah. So
Or maybe this one colony ship is the one that is the first to meet like the Galactic Council.
Oh, okay, yeah.
oh man. Okay.
We shoot out the things to populate the stars, and it makes first contact an accident. That's
Hmm.
pretty
Hmm.
cool.
Okay. So so humanity takes to the stars. And then well, that's the Galactic Council and stuff like that. Seems like that would be part of like maybe what we want to put in the next step of the bookends, right? The big
Well, the big picture can like include like, but basically like
to meet
it's
the Galactic Council.
yeah like
Okay.
I guess the big picture is that Generation Ship Sandra, because why not,
Yeah.
uh is the first to make contact or something.
Okay. Oh, got it. Humanity takes to the stars in Generation Ship Sandra and makes contact with the Galactic Council.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. Cool. So where does our history want to start?
I feel like after they leave the Earth, like maybe when the first people awaken from cold sleep.
So the
Yeah,
awakening.
Yeah.
Is this a light or dark time?
I think it's
Hmm.
I want to make it a dark time, and I have reasons for
Could be
this.
either. Go ahead. Dark side.
Members of the Generation Ship begin waking up from cryosleep.
Yeah.
And so, but we all agree it's going
Can
to be
I
dark, right?
can I add one
Sure.
word
Yeah,
to that to explain why it's dark?
sure.
Begin waking up early from cryosleep.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Nice. That's wonderful. Um, SDNE in chat mentions that this is their first exposure to Microscope, and I'm curious to see how it plays. You're going to experience advanced Microscope today, because normally there's no time traveling factions trying to rewrite history.
Hmm.
So this is going to be fun for all of us. So cool. So the game, we have Awakening for our first bookend here of history. For those who don't know, our bookends are of history are our cross-sectional limits of what we want to explore. So while we could go back in time and look at everything, there's obviously history that's happening before the Awakening. Just we're not going to focus on that because in our game, we've decided the start of our game in our cross-section of history will be the Awakening because that's what's interesting to us. You set a hard boundary on one side, like as early as you want to start exploring things. We could have started at the dawn of the universe and like had evolution and everything leading up to the awakening and the ship if we really, really wanted to. But instead, we're just settling with the awakening, and then on the other side, in a very similar way, bookend B is the end of our cross section of history that we want to explore. Obviously, there will be history in the future behind bookend B, probably including the Terra Protectorate and the Meddlers in some way. But once again, we're not going to be looking at that part for the game. While it does exist somehow in some way, the game will focus on the journey between the awakening and whenever we come up with the second bookend. That journey between those two could be, eons. It could be millions of years. It could be 2 days. We don't know. We can just drill down as far as we want to. So that's kind of just what our bookends are. There are periods of time that are hard limits to either side of a proverbial timeline. Okay, so bookend B. What do we want? Where do we want our story to end?
I don't know. It could be before we meet the Galactic Council or after. What do you guys think?
I feel like it should be after.
Okay. Is there some event after that we want to stop at?
I mean, I don't want to railroad or take all of the cool ideas,
No.
but I was thinking something like the birth of the first human-alien hybrid.
I like it. So I should call it hybridization.
Yeah, that's good.
Or dawn of hybridization. Yeah. You do not need a marketing degree to play Microscope.
The birth of the Star Child.
His name is Ziggy Stardust. And he looks awfully like David Bowie. Man, alien child is born, ushering in an age of xenohuman reproduction.
An age of peace, an age of war.
An age of just xenohuman reproduction.
No, just an age of sex. That's it.
Yes.
Sexy times. Is the dawn of hybridization light or dark, do we think? And maybe explain why.
I feel like it's a light time.
It's
I think
super tricky.
I think it's light too.
I think it's light too.
I think it's deceptively light. But we will see. Cool.
Too much light.
We're gonna have one of those times where the age is light and then all of the events underneath it are dark.
Oh, absolutely. So those things happen.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the idea is light.
So now we do our palette. Now we get to discuss. For those who don't know, the palette is where we describe the ingredients that are going to be going into our game. We're going to discuss the incidents and ideas that have. We're going to discuss the sort of elements of our story fictionally that we want to see and what we don't want to see in our game. Example, something that could be on there would be themes such as I don't want to see love in this game, or I don't want to see dragons, or anything like that. You can kind of talk, and we have a chance here to discuss and talk about what we want to see and what we don't want to see. This is important because when it is your turn in the actual game and you have the spotlight on you and you have the creative authority to make up whatever you want and you're blanking, you can look at that yes palette and it will give you some ideas of what we all agreed on earlier on, what we want to see in the game. So you're not limited to what's on the yes palette. That's just a sort of it's been written down and it would be nice to be in the game, right? So, 2 or 3 things each, guys. We will probably want to see the standard kind of respectable rule. If somebody suggests something, then wait until everyone else had an option to say something. Does anybody have anything that they really, really want to get off their chest right now in terms of yeses and nos?
I want to see people living on a spaceship. like
Oh, yeah. That, I don't think that'll be a
generations
problem.
of people
Yeah.
living on a spaceship.
I'll put generations in parentheses.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to say that I mean we're starting off with a generation ship, and I kind of want to keep it along those levels, especially since we're also going with the ordinary as our level of time travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say no faster than light travel.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. Yep. No FTL travel. Well, I mean time travel, but
That's different.
yeah, it's different.
That's
And I know that's why we talk about these things because we can make up this stuff. Okay.
Now, just to clarify, when you say no FTL, does that include like no wormholes and
uh,
no floating of space and none
I
of
think
that?
I think wormholes are a gray area, but folding a space is definitely like a standard FTL practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
Like
wanted to,
no warp drive,
but
but
definitely no warp drive, no
Mm.
hyperdrive.
yeah, like like the existence of a wormhole might be a thing, but not multiple wormholes or like a
Okay.
series of them. Like no man-made wormholes.
Or
Yeah.
alien made wormholes. Or like
No.
beings made of pure consciousness traveling instantly anywhere.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
this might sound strange, but I think I want to see sexism
Ooh, interesting.
uh,
Okay.
as a
Oh,
But
topic in
only
the
if
game.
they're more
oh.
than two sexes.
That was
There's
exactly
like
what I was gonna say.
16
That was
sexes.
exactly what I was
All
gonna
the
say.
sexism.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, I'm on board with this.
Yeah. So, yeah, especially like I would like to see like alien species have sexism, not just us on the ship. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I leave it open. You know, whatever we kind of feel like doing.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yes to sexism, and also yes to more than two sexes.
Yes.
Maybe that's what the epsilon factor is, third sex.
Ooh, that could be. And lost in time, Tom. Thank you very much for the follow. I think I want. I think I have something for the no category.
Hmm.
Um, I don't want to see since we're like doing like a realism kind of thing. I don't want to see shields or like how else do I put it? Like not like laser technology, but like you know what I mean? Like no
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that.
like kinetic weapons kind of thing. Like stuff that we're used to. Kind of like the space and the expanse I think would work. But no I should say no energy shields is what I should say.
That
Okay.
works.
I
Uh,
realize I'm saying redundant stuff and no. I'm saying no. And I realize I should get
No,
rid of that.
no.
no.
Dem double negatives. They get you every time. Okay.
Yep.
So what else do we have?
Um. Oh, sorry. Did you have a thing? 'Cause I didn't really have a
I was
thing.
thinking maybe no artificial intelligences.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
No AI. All right. Okay.
At least no stable AI. The crazy kind that kills everybody is always fun. But no AI.
I think we should come up with some more like themes and conflicts or like just kind of things we want to see in the game.
Um. I
Faster than sound travel.
I want to see some alien human romances.
Yeah.
Hmm. I want to see like different political factions
Yeah.
on the spaceship.
Ooh, on the spaceship. In
Maybe
particular.
every every sex has its own political faction. We don't know.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Um, no war. I'm just gonna call it.
Okay.
Massive armed conflicts. Is what I should say. I mean,
I'm
that's
trying
not
to
the same
like
as no fighting, right?
like
Or like terrorist bombings or that kind of stuff. That's fine. I just don't want to see
okay.
like rows of warships fighting or like humans versus the herp derps, right? I don't really care for that
It's
for this
not
one.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Definitely not
Cameras are
Battlestar
messed.
Galactica.
Cameras are messed up. What is going on?
What? Oh, why? Where'd my camera go?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. No to Eric's camera.
Sorry about that. I don't know why my camera. Yeah.
Um,
Um.
Okay, you're
So
back.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last episode where I'm using Skype. After after my issues
Uh,
with Skype, I'm probably gonna have to switch after this. Thank you, Fo. Yeah, I don't know why Skype gets that way, but sometimes
well,
it just does. So
good luck finding an alternative.
I heard good things about Zoom.us. I'm gonna look into that. So I think maybe like one more,
mm,
maybe more. I don't know. Our no stuff looks kind of empty. I don't know. Are we okay?
Really need
Are
more
we okay
no.
with our palette? If we are, we can pass and continue.
Like
Otherwise, we have something.
I kind of want there to be like
No
some kind of
no
fantasy
human
thing.
romances.
Um, maybe not magic, but maybe like no humor at all. No humor. Um, but like maybe they
You
are
mean in
really
terms
big on
of tone?
holodecks or something, or like I don't
Oh my God, Skype. Why you do this
know,
to me?
a straight out like we don't want them to have
you cut out in the
any
middle
kind
there,
of like
Golden.
magical or fantastical like things or what?
Yeah, I don't. Oh my God, this has just been a technical nightmare tonight, guys. No, but I heard the part no fantastical or gonzo um elements. Ooh, uplifted Animal Planet. I could.
I can get behind that. I can throw my vote behind yes to uplifted animal planets.
Yep. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and just jot that down.
Just take it. It's fine.
Yep, that's going on this list here. Uplifted Animal. So Golden, you just missed. I think what you were saying. You were saying no fantastical or gonzo elements. You want to keep this kind of hardy sci-fi, right?
I think I actually want like there to be like fantasy elements. I just don't want there to be like straight out magic.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So I'll say no. No straight up magic.
I want to definitely say yes to like fantastical elements. So like maybe everybody's like really big
My God.
in cosplaying or something. I don't know.
I'm taking
Or
pose too. Okay.
they're always into holodeck. Maybe there's lots of holodecks. I don't know.
I was thinking. I
But is holodecks too high tech for you?
Um, no. It's just I'm afraid of what. No, I mean let's I don't know. Uh,
all right with holodecks.
I feel like it might
Like there's a point where it
holodecks. I don't know.
becomes like super technology, but at the
Yeah,
point where it's just like people using it to look funny,
yeah.
I think that's good.
I like it as a lens to do that kind of stuff, but I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of that stuff or like or the things that are
Uh-huh.
real or like you
Hmm.
know like not the Star Trek side of it. But no, I like holodeck technology.
Okay, we'll go
And
with that.
um, I like Fopanumbra's idea, and that maybe fashion is really important.
Ooh, yes, nice.
Definitely, I
Um,
So
want fashion to be a big thing.
I
All right. I'm feeling good about this palette. Maybe the nose a little dry, like a little, it's a little skinny.
All right, I'm gonna throw in no
But
zombies,
okay,
just to add a thing.
yeah.
Okay, no zombies.
Okay.
No crypto zoo creatures. Nothing on
Oh
board.
yeah, no zombies or
There's no Loch Ness monster in the water hold. Sorry.
yeah. Cryptozoologicals. Awesome. Okay.
The Mothman's not in the air vents. He's an
I'm
alien.
all right. I'm gonna
And he wants
pass.
to have sex because that's what we're doing.
I'm gonna
That's
pass.
what we're doing.
This is a pretty good. I like this palette.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right from here. Let's do it.
All right. Now we proceed to our first pass. I should also develop a turn order at this time. Golden H. I'm arbitrarily dubbing you as the first person who gets to go. Kelsa
Okay.
second, and then I am third.
Showa.
Cool. We will say yes to the dress. So, Golden H.
Yes.
First pass. You get to do the standard period or an event, but we should be focusing on describing incidents that created the situation the factions want to change, is what the book says.
Okay.
It only says that because the more we know about what caused that outcome, the easier it will be to describe them trying to change it. So.
Right. I think I'm going to make a new period.
Okay.
And I'll call it the medieval age. And it was a time when there was this certain. It had to do with like the shape of your nose, and if there was only like one shape of your nose allowed. So if you didn't have that nose shape, you were just like you didn't breed basically.
Shun.
Right. So it made this population gap. And a lot of genes got lost.
An age of a certain type. Would you say that they're snobby?
Yes.
They stick their nose out?
Snobs.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. The medieval age.
Yes.
Is this did you say this is light or dark?
It's definitely dark.
Okay.
Like there's no wars, but
Uh-huh.
like people are being ostracized.
Cool.
And it's like there's probably like this readout in the control panel that says genetic diversity, and it was like flashing red the whole time.
Okay. Kelsa.
I would like to make an age called First Contact,
Damn it.
and
Does this go before or after the medieval age?
ooh, that's a good question. Before,
Okay.
and this is when humans met aliens for the first time, and it really is aliens plural because they ran into like a trade station where multiple alien races were already established.
Galactic McDonald's.
Ah, of course, obviously.
Okay. First contact. Humans met aliens for the first time.
I think this is overall a light event. Or a period, sorry, a light period.
Hoo-hoo. Okay. I'm going to have an event. Under first contact, I'm going to have an event. I'm going to have the Alright, how do I phrase it? Maybe I should just talk about it first. There's an alien race that does not like humanity. they are a species of uplifted turtle.
Hmm.
So I think I want to call them the. I like the Galapagarians, maybe, or something like that. But I'm just thinking about why they don't like. Maybe I should leave that open. But humanity is rebuked by the Galapagarian for their hubris in the galactic courts.
Hubris.
Hubris.
Humans are pretty guilty of that.
I am right. I don't think I'm stretching there too far. Hubris. So humanity is rebuked by the Galapagarians for their hubris displayed in the galactic court. I don't know what happened or the reasons for this, but this is a critical event. The lack of protective shells. Awesome. So that is my event.
Okay.
Oh, so the next step is the second pass, actually. And the second pass is each player gets to add a single event to history. This is just like the first pass, except you can't make periods. Again, focus on making history that shows how the situation the factions want to change has come to pass. Oh, so turn order again starts with golden.
Cool. All right, I go first, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna put an event in the medieval age called
Okay.
the rise of the Bulbasaurs, and the Bulbasaurs are little aliens that live in people's nose, and the aliens won't live in your nose unless it's big enough.
The rise of the Bulbasaurs?
Yes.
Like
Really?
Like the Pokemon?
Okay, that's fair.
Sure.
Or is it BALB or BULB?
I thought it was BULB.
Yeah, Bulbasaurs. That's the leaf Pokemon.
Oh, see, I never played Pokemon.
Wow, then you came up with that on your own, which is also amazing.
Bulbasaurs, dude.
Yeah, Bulbasaurs. An alien species.
Now that you mentioned Pokemon, I do seem to remember
An alien
a
species
song
that
of
lives
hundreds
in,
of Pokemon.
An alien species.
But yeah, they
that
live in
lives
your nose.
Humanity's noses, if big enough.
And that's the type of nose that was prominent in the medieval age, wasn't it?
I see what you're doing.
What? Crazy.
Okay. Kelsa?
I mean, how do I go after that? I mean, I am going to put a event in the dawn of hybridization, and I am going to have the event be
Oh, real quick, I have to interrupt you. Was the rise of the Bulbasaurs light or dark? Golden Age.
That would be light.
Yeah, okay. So sorry to interrupt, Kelsa.
They aren't evil.
Get
aliens.
out.
They just
I am the
they
worst.
live in your nose.
It's fine. But are the Bulbasaurs like part of the Meddlers or a big part of the Meddlers? Maybe.
Ooh,
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll find out. So this is going to be Methel's seduction of Alana, which they are the parents of the first human alien child.
The parents to be of the first human alien child. Is this light or dark?
I think it's light. I'm gonna go with that. No, you know what? No, because of the
Hmm.
phrasing I used.
Hmm.
I kind of want it to be dark.
Seduction.
Yeah, it's
Dark.
dark. I think
Okay.
it's dark. It's gotta be dark.
Dark it is. Very
All
well.
right.
Okay. Cool. Uh,
Ask the
so
question: which one is the alien?
did I spell it right, by the
Okay.
way? Is that what you
I
said?
don't.
Methyl and Alana?
Methylene Alana. Yeah, that's.
I
I
mean,
don't.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to write names.
I I made these names out of my butt, so they don't have spellings until you wrote them down.
Very well.
I pictured Alana as a human female and Menthil as a alien non-female.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling that. Then
Okay.
it comes to me. Um, Guess I'll make something under the awakening.
Yes.
Um, Scions of Judica instill. Um, there's a very strict fundamentalist uh, regime or sect that is forcing men to have to wear like dress in all black. Um,
Okay.
Enforce strict all black dress code on men of the generation ship. This is a dark time.
Hmm.
No idea what that stuff is, but we're gonna go with it. So, it is 10:07, which means we're pretty much right at our hour stop, and we're getting ready to start our first focus and begin play. So, just bear with me. In about 7-8 minutes, we're gonna come back to more Once Upon a Game. So, get some water, move around, drink some coffee, whatever you got to do. We'll see you when we get back, shall we?
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys.